Bro, you ready to spit game to these bitches what's his wedding, bro?
Hell yeah, bro. I'm still live from still, bro. Like shit. Shit, bro.
So, Rodimus Prime returning to Destiny. I know, I'm still wrapping my head around all this myself right now. I took a lot of time to weigh things out and how I'd feel just going right back into this environment when you once not only loved this whole platform yourself to a ritualistic dedication, day in and day out, but then you turned your back on everything and everyone you know about this that loved this game because you saw a bigger picture that most are blind towards and have been ignorant towards. It's a rather strange change of pace when your feelings about the gameplay you hated for so long get altered from a firm standpoint. Yet you still get dragged along and do the shitty things in the game you don't want to do that are easy for you, while hard for said other persons involved. Then you watch the gameplay change and it try to evolve, keyword try, amidst a partial game overhaul. And then change happens with both what you choose to see, what's been shown already, and then what will happen next to further change in the right or seemingly correct direction. Since December of 2017, when I vaguely picked up the game here or there from the game share that I had with a friend, and from my DLC livestream of The Curse of Osiris, my mindset about the game has shifted a couple of times. At first I got nothing from doing barely anything at all, which was like, fuck this. Every single time I'm playing this game, because you do so much to get so little in return, and it rinses and repeats in the blandest, most watered-down grind that was ever pissed out of a financially benefiting gaming franchise that people spent years investing their lives and social lives into. And amidst so much dissatisfaction, anger, and frustration from chronic lying from the companies, and a dedicated community and fan base now becoming more cancerous than it's worth in its own ignorance, I just left everything behind. I had stopped playing Destiny competitively. It's the only way I ever really played Destiny. I stopped recording everything here, I uninstalled the content in full, and I left the whole grid. My consolation prize was merely the Destiny 1 Platinum Trophy, and all of the memories and lessons that I gained along the way to get to where I was at that point at the end of my run of Destiny 1. That's all I honestly needed for the road. I didn't remove any of my past content from YouTube, as this was once a big cornerstone of my full YouTubing journeys online, next to Transformers and Kingdom Hearts. All I did was just merely remove it from my systems. I didn't remove it from my files. I made my share of appearances here on D2, PS4, as well as because of an opportune game share that I had with a fellow player of my gaming clan. I picked it up here and there because it passes time with those that do still care or seem to care, that show interest in the game's general direction. or when friends need help and they come right to me knowing I hate Destiny right now, but because they know I can also deliver on my promises whenever I say, hey, I know the work, and I can help you out. Just shoot me an invite. And it's done. It's a done deal. It's always a done deal. Because I know this work. I know this work too well. I stuck to my principles on why I hated this series, and that didn't change. I mean, why give a damn about something that's gradually killing itself? Fiscally and internally. Not to mention the fan base's ignorance putting the other foot in a coming grave. Great players can do bad by themselves without a company spiraling an entire product down into the ground alongside the consumer's paycheck, or the consumer's already low expectations at that time. Then the hype for these DLCs started appearing, like the coming change after a past shitstorm the company created. Meanwhile, the DLC's arrival here slowly opened a different perspective that began to influence a change in my mind and my feelings. Alright, simply put, Curse of Osiris, that was DLC 1, that was a waste of time in every way, shape, and form, because it was reskinned enemies, weapons, everything, with a very piss-poor plot. Meanwhile, the Warmind DLC had actually sparked an intrigue for the Rasputin and Saber lore that corresponded to the whole zones of Earth, and traces good facts since before D1's actual story about Rasputin that was written out of the finalized game that many early vanilla Destiny 1 players were playing. Then I bought a few emotes and then suddenly I was happy again. Like something as simple as me buying my first exotic sparrow, or a couple of really boss emotes at the right time, just reigniting a sudden joy of playing Destiny, not the games or a campaign filled with so much holes, but the trollery of just enjoying the game. And honestly, it figures that in some sense it was only until after I began putting subtle pieces of money or financial interest into the video game that I actually vaguely got what I wanted here and there from Destiny 2. It's like the small things in life, not the big crap that came with the video game as a general norm that I would probably hate or dislike, knowing me. I don't know exactly why the feeling struck like it did to competitively play online again, when my principles and morals drove me away from the gaming logically. I don't know why I'm wanting to recollect my whole collection of sniper rifles again, but here I am doing that and slowly doing it somehow. And I'm baffled as to why the glimpses at competition has allowed me to breathe easier right now. Between playing with old friends online, meeting many past faces through past journeys over here on Destiny, the diversity of that competition, the beautiful private modes that are now here now, the expansion of weapons now out there for me to want to try to grind, a hollow-ass grind that now doesn't feel so hollow anymore, and the impending new Forsaken DLC that could signal another attempted change, rise, or fall of the era. Maybe my morals are guiding me back to trying to see into the whole newer generation of Destiny's gaming era that's about to come to an end, or that's about to be reignited again, like a new Vanilla 1 or some shit. Personally, it feels almost hypocritical in some way, logically, to the commonplace Destiny player, because I went through so much trouble to make sure I would never touch this shit again, but I am here touching it again. But I know that my actions will speak for themselves as I hopefully try to reclaim what was once almost mine, for what it was worth and what it had mattered in the Destiny universe when I loved playing this game with all of my passion. Amidst announcing my return to the Destinyverse, I'm honestly just going to keep it real and simple with what I do or decide to upload to YouTube. Clan activities and friendly addings all the same. Those that deleted me long ago when I first stopped playing Destiny, you can re-add me if you want to. Within reason, my services can be available, but only within reason. As for Destiny forums outside Destiny Tracker, don't re-add me to any of that, which I left, and I don't seek to be re-added. I don't know anybody of the modern day playing in such a core cancer, nor do I seek to. My time in D1 was gone, but as the online realms are random, people will likely find me again in time. Those that are still around that do remember my moniker, you can hate me for all I care, just block me. My position doesn't change. That being said, though, I do look forward to reopening this line of work, and I hope to get what it is I want done this time around. Second chances are very rare. Till next time, my friends, till all are one, Rodimus Prime, out.